He wrote the book of his life, and nobody clicked. Imagine months of work, reviews piling up, and the product page just collects dust. If that stings, stick with us. We'll walk a 48-hour cover test you can run this weekend and get a real winner, not a guess. Welcome to the 22 Lions Podcast, your daily blueprint for writing, publishing, and profiting from books. Today, we're running CoverLab, a 5-step AI-assisted cover test plan that moves covers from opinion to evidence.
Let's treat the cover like an experiment, not an opinion.
Right, love that. Say more about the loop you actually run.
Generate distinct concepts, test them cheaply off Amazon to narrow candidates, then validate on KDP with manager experiments. That's the high-level flow. Start with idea breadth, then convert to controlled A/B evidence.
Quick, practical question. How many concepts do we need? I hear numbers all over the place.
Aim for 6 to 10 distinctive directions, not 10 tiny tweaks. One should be photo-driven, another illustrated, one typography forward. Use AI to spin drafts from tight designer briefs, genre cues, reader age, where the book gets discovered. Keep the brief short and specific.
Genre cues are everything. A thriller that reads like literary cover art will confuse the algorithm and readers. Nail the shopping signal first.
Once you have those concepts, narrow to 3 mock-ups to test. When you mock, apply 3 quick heuristics. Thumbnail readability.
Wait, thumbnail readability? Say that again?
If your title disappears at roughly 60 pixels, it fails. Then check color contrast. Does the title pop against the background? When title weight, is the promise legible in a swipe? Those 3 rules cull noise fast.
Good. So we've reduced to 3. Next is low-cost external CTR testing. Walk me through the options and the minimums people can rely on.
2 simple choices. Lightweight social ad tests or landing page split tests. For social, run identical targeting and swap only the cover. For landing pages, send traffic to the same copy with different cover images. Aim for about 1,000 minus 500 impressions per variant and roughly 200 to 300 clicks across variants. That typically costs $30 to $150 depending on targeting. If one cover shows a 20 to 30% higher center in that window, promote it to Amazon A/B.
Hold on. 200 clicks sounds expensive for some authors.
Totally fair. Compare $50 to $120 to the cost of months of invisible rankings. I'll break the math. A 42% center lift on a title getting 1,000 daily impressions turns a handful of clicks into meaningful traffic. In a case we ran, $95 in off-Amazon tests, found a variant with 42% higher center. We validated on KDP, AFB, and swapped the live cover. Sales stayed higher, short test, measurable payoff.
Okay, that math helps. Put the numbers in the show notes so people can see the example.
For the Amazon step, use manager experiments to A/B the top 1 or 2 covers. Look at both center and conversion. A cover that drives clicks but not buys is a false positive. Minimum runtime is usually 7 days on KDP to smooth weekday noise. Your decision rule, meaningful lifts. I use 15 to 20% center improvement off Amazon and confirmation on KDP before rolling wide.
And deployment isn't a one-click magic trick. What's the checklist after you pick the winner?
Update the KDP cover files. Refresh product copy or subtitle if the promise changed. Swap ad creatives and update retailer or audiobook assets you control. Then monitor KPIs for 14 to 30 days. Impressions, center, conversion rate, and unit sales. Look for odd shifts in returns or review sentiment. Rare, but watch for it. Document everything so you don't chase noise.
Quick interruption. What about over-optimizing for ad CTR at the expense of reader expectations? You mentioned that risk earlier.
Right. Don't chase a tiny click bump. The sequence protects you. Thumbnail first to get discovered, off Amazon center checks for signal, then KDP A/B to ensure conversion. If Santa jumps but Byrite falls, you've optimized the wrong thing. That's why the two-step validation exists.
Let's get tactical. The 48-hour sprint. Break it down fast.
Day 1 morning, generate 6 concepts with AI and capture 3 tight briefs. Day 1 afternoon, create 3 prioritized mockups and do the thumbnail checks. Night 1, set up 2 parallel off Amazon tests, social ads, and the landing page split. Budget $50 to $120. Day 2, run tests for 24 hours, gather clicks, pick the top variant, and immediately queue an Amazon A/B experiment. If the off-Amazon result is decisive, you'll have a clear candidate in 48 hours and the Amazon test running within that window.
That's executable. One last practical threshold reminder. Avoid tiny samples and chasing 5% bumps. Aim for meaningful signals, 15-20% off Amazon, and KDP confirmation.
If managing this feels like too much, 22 Lions offers done-for-you cover testing. Concept generation, mockups, off-Amazon experiments, KDP/A/B setup, and the documented decision rule. We run the numbers, hand you the winner, and give a rollout checklist.
Listen, run the 48-hour sprint this weekend. Generate 6 AI concepts, mock 3 covers, run low-cost CTR tests, and validate the top candidate on KDP. Check the show notes for the example math and a free checklist. If you want expert help, book a cover audit with 22 Lions at 22lions.com/CoverLab. Link in the show notes. Publish like a pro. Profit like a lion. That's your step-by-step system for today. Apply it and watch your author business grow.